In a village called Vijapur lived a woman named Sudha. She had two sons, Anand and Sumit. Sudha was a greedy woman, and everything at home happened her way. If anyone disagreed with her, she would get very angry. A few months later, Anand married Sia, a simple girl from a poor family. Because she brought no dowry, Sudha started treating her like a maid. Sia had to do all the household work, and Sudha didn't even let her eat properly. One day, while Sia was eating, Sudha came in.
Oh, so you are secretly eating nice food. No, Mummy ji. I'm just eating what's been cooked for everyone. And what did you bring from your parents' house that we should treat you like a guest here? Why do you say that, mother? I'm also a part of this family. No, you are more like a maid here. Got it?
Saying this, Sudha walked away. On the way, she met her younger son Sumit.
Son, don't bring a poor girl like her into this house. I will find you a rich bride. Okay?
Whatever you say, Mom. I'm off to work now. Okay, bye.
All right, my son.
As Sumit left for work, Sia heard everything. Her heart sank, but she quietly continued doing her work. Later, Sudha arranged Sumit's marriage with Priya, the daughter of a wealthy businessman. Their wedding was lavish. Priya brought lots of gifts, jewelry, and gold as dowry. After the wedding, when Priya arrived home, she sat on a chair and said,
Don't we have servants in this house? I can't see any. No, dear. We do everything ourselves. I never kept any servants. Oh no, I need at least 2 maids for my work, mother-in-law. Why hire servants? Whatever you need, we will get it for you. I think there is no need to waste money on servants. But I need my bed tea right after I wake up. Everything should be brought to my room. If I call out, someone must come here immediately. If I don't get what I ask for within 10 minutes, then I get really angry. Clear? Of course, don't worry. Whatever you want, ask for it. We will bring it for you. Okay, Mummy ji. Now I'm tired. I want to rest. Go ahead, dear. Take some rest.
Priya went to her room. Hearing all this, Sudha was left speechless. Then, recovering quickly, she turned to Sia.
Did you see that? That's what a rich girl is like. And look at you, always standing there with a dull face. Remember what Priya said and make sure she gets everything she asks for. If anything goes wrong, you will see. Yes, mother.
Sia quietly walked away and continued her work. Tired, she went to bed. The next morning, Priya in loud voice.
Mother-in-law, coffee fast.
Hearing Priya's voice, Sia quickly made some coffee and took it to her room. The whole day went by serving Priya, leaving no time for housework. Seeing the work left undone,
I can't even ask Sia to do anything today. She's been busy with a younger daughter-in-law all day. Fine, I'll finish the housework myself.
that day, Sudha cleaned the entire house on her own, sweeping, mopping, washing dishes, everything. Since she wasn't used to working, her hands and feet started aching badly. Tired, she sat on the sofa and closed her eyes for a moment. Just then, Priya walked in holding a bag full of money.
Mother-in-law, I'm off to the club for a kitty party. I might be home late. Okay? Bye.
Priya left for the kitty party. This became her daily routine. Sia spent the whole day serving Priya. Sudha handled the housework and both got tired. While Priya went out every day to hang out with her friends. As days passed, Sudha noticed that Priya spent a lot of money on these parties. One evening, she called her son Sumit.
Sumit, come here for a moment.
Yes, Mom, did you call me?
Yes, son. Come here. Sit for a while.
What's the matter, Mom?
Son, this Priya goes to kitty parties every single day, wasting money. Sia and I are exhausted doing all the work. Tell her to stop.
Mom, you are the one who spoiled her. Remember? You said she's a rich bride and gave her everything she wanted. You even made poor Bhabhi serve her all day. Now, if I say anything, she'll remind me how much dowry she brought and claim she bought me. I can't help you in this. Sumit left the room. Sudha sat there quietly, hurt and frustrated. A few days later, Sudha's phone started ringing constantly. She answered.
Hello? Do you work as a maid?
Annoyed, Sudha cut the phone. Another woman called up. Sudha picked the phone.
Hello?
Do you know how to cook fish curry?
Who are you? And I'm not a maid. Understand?
I saw your number on Facebook. That's why I called.
Who gave you my number?
Priya madam gave it to me.
Just hang up. I don't work in anyone's house.
Sudha shouted.
Priya, where are you?
What happened, mother-in-law? You were calling?
Yes, since morning I have been getting strange calls. Women asking if I cook fish curry, if I can work, saying you only gave them my number. They said this.
Yes, mother-in-law. I posted about you on Facebook. Said anyone who wants a hard-working mother-in-law can contact this number. And people are calling on your number. Simple, mother-in-law. Yes, I needed some money for the club, so I thought it might help.
What nonsense! I'm not going anywhere and I'm certainly not anyone's maid.
Mother-in-law, we can earn so much from this, and whosoever offers us good money, we can finalize the deal.
Daughter-in-law, are you out of your mind? You are selling your mother-in-law now.
Oh, not just that. Next, I'll post husband for sale. The best deal will be ours. Who gets such a kind mother-in-law these days?
Enough, Priya. You do what you want. But remember, I am not going anywhere.
Angry and ashamed, Sudha went straight to the kitchen. Sia was there, quietly cooking. Sudha said to Sia,
Sia, my dear, I have made a big mistake. I misjudged you. I looked down on you because you were poor and kept praising that rich Priya. But look, she is ready to sell her husband and even me for money. Forgive me, my daughter, for the way I treated you. Oh, mother, please don't say that. You are elder to me. I forgave you long ago. You, daughter, you have such a kind heart. You really forgave me. It's all right, Ma.
Just then, Priya entered the kitchen.
Mother-in-law, don't be upset. We did all this as an act to teach you a lesson. You always insulted sister-in-law for being poor. She felt hurt every day. We wanted you to realize her pain. Actually, I never went to kitty parties. I was always going to work.
Oh, my daughters, from today I will keep both of you close to my heart. Come here.
Both daughter-in-law hugged Sudha, smiling. From that day on, the whole family lived together happily.